You guys ready for the next episode?
Yeah.
Let's do it. So next we're going to talk about Demon Slayer Season 3, Episode 8. The Mew? I don't...
The
Mew
and Muichiro.
Muichiro.
I'm messing up names now. Holy.
A week vacation, bro, and Dan's just out of here.
Mhm.
Dude, my mind is in a blender. I have so much work to catch up on.
Same.
So during this episode, we get a very deep dive into some of the Mist Hashira's past. Can he use his newfound memories to unlock his potential and surpass his limits?
I had to. I'm sorry, I had to.
You did that?
I did it, bro.
Wow.
I had to. I'm leaning into it now.
Fast is converting.
He's about to go plus ultra, boys. So
We
this
need Yami.
So I watched episode 7, this back to back, and I think it hit really hard when you watch them back to back because you picked up right when, you know, Muichiro is in like down in the dumps. Like he thinks he's gonna die, and then it goes right into this flashback. And dude, this flashback hit home. This is another brutal fucking flashback. Demon Slayer is the best at making me feel so bad for every character in the fucking show, demons included. And it was heartbreaking. So basically, he was from a family of woodworkers. They lived out in the forest, and his mother got sick. His father went out in a rainstorm to collect herbs to hopefully heal her. I mean, she's on death's door. She's not doing good. And he slipped and fell and cracked his skull open, and both his parents died on the same day. Like,
yeah, that's brutal, man.
I just feel so bad.
Left behind 2 kids. It was very sad to see. This one didn't directly. The death didn't result. Well, 2 of the deaths did not result from a demon, but yeah, this was very sad. But I think Demon Slayer has a theme going on here. Dead family, demon kills the last one.
Tragic backstory, something, tragic backstory.
Demon, something.
How fucking confused were you after this entire flashback that he's like, oh yeah, I had a twin brother? Like, I mean, I know he has amnesia, but like the fact that he randomly goes, oh, I was only alone for, I had somebody else for a whole nother year. I was like, what the fuck? I was so confused until like they introduced him. I was like, I know he has amnesia, but how do you remember your parents but not your brother right away?
Yeah, who you spent like a whole year alone with. I thought that was really interesting, and the fact that he was like, "Oh yeah, I had a twin." Okay, bro, like you need to pull it together.
But to be honest, you know, what's his name? Yuichiro.
Yeah, Yuichiro.
Right? Yeah, I mean, he treated Muichiro like shit though. Like he was very hard on him. So I mean, I could see how, you know, you would want to try to forget that, especially the way it ended, which we'll get into later, you know?
Yeah, and I think he just had a very pessimistic outlook on life is what it was. You know, like everything was like, what's the point? We're weak. We're going to die. That's just how we are. And his character fucking pissed me off, man.
Yeah, I was very, very angry at Yuichiro as well. But I kind of also understood where he was coming from. If you're that young, you don't really know how to process those kinds of feelings, and the only other person there probably reminds you of your parents, so you probably be angry with them as well. Seemed like he was mad at his mom for dying. He was mad at his dad for trying to save his mom. You know, when you grow older, you're like, yeah, it's not something to really be mad about. But say you're 10 years old. That's a lot to process, and for that to happen on the same night within hours of each other, you're just sitting with your dad, come back and you realize, oh, he's gone.
Yeah,
it's a little too much, you know.
Yeah, definitely, man. I think that the whole flashback was heartbreaking, especially with like. So after that, Yuichiro and Muichiro basically lived together and continued collecting wood and doing what they should. Trying to survive, you know, all that kind of stuff. And they're visited by Amane, who is the wife of the leader of the Demon Slayer Corps. And she's basically like, you guys are from a line of legendary swordsmen. like, come with us, we'll train you, we'll take care of you, all this other stuff. You know, you don't have anything else to like going on right now. And Yuichiro starts fucking throwing rocks at her and shit and everything else. Like, get the fuck out of here. We don't want you. Like, leave us alone. And Muichiro is very like, holy shit, that's awesome. Let's go be swordsman. You know, that's badass. And Yuichiro just shits on his dreams repeatedly. Like, you're weak, we're weak. Like, we can't do this. Like, what makes you think you can be a swordsman? Like, you can barely carry wood, you know? And that it just hurt, man. It just hurt to see.
Yeah, didn't he say something like too, like you can't even cook rice balls or something like that? Yeah, I swear he did.
I was like, damn. When he said that, I was like, yo, chill. Like, I understand like not wanting to go into danger, but like you ain't have to do all that. He's obviously been doing a good enough job helping keep you alive, so that's something, right? But yeah, I think it was just him being afraid of losing his brother. That's all he's got left, even though he does treat him like shit. Going back to what I said about him not knowing how to process his emotions. But yeah, if I lost my parents, I was 10 years old, and all I had was my brother left, and then some lady says, hey, you guys are supposed to go fight demons now, I'd be like, yo, fuck you.
Yo, go
like, we're out here living in peace. Like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, my first response would be, what the fuck's a demon? Like, what do you mean? There's no demons out there.
I chop wood and I cook rice balls. Like, chill out.
But
which I didn't necessarily find anything wrong with that, even though I didn't like the character. I understood. It was funny. Yeah, it was kind of funny.
But so now we get to tragic part number 2 of the backstory, and so it's the summer. They're sleeping. The door's wide open because it's really hot in their little hut, and out of nowhere, a demon shows up, who looked like a pretty scary demon. You know, he kind of had like the Akaza vibes going on, except he had like claws for hands. You know, he had like a similar build to him. And I was like, oh shit, they're dead. And
I thought it was Akaza for a moment.
No, Akaza doesn't have claws like that.
Well,
right?
Before we saw the hands, when he was just standing in the doorway, I was like, no way.
That would have been nuts.
Yeah.
That would have actually been nuts because that would have been
lucky for them, it wasn't him.
So basically, the demon goes to attack Muichiro, and Yuichiro jumps in front of him, and homie just loses an arm, like full on thing flails through the air. Like, I was like, damn, poor boy just lost. He's gonna bleed out, you know?
Yeah, off rip. But I thought that said a lot that he jumped in front of his brother, and if you guys remember, they hadn't talked for like a year or something like that. They hardly even like looked at each other anymore. But the fact that he was still willing to go through and put his own body on the line, I think says a lot about who he was. And then knowing how his life ended, it was pretty impactful.
Definitely. And so Muichiro basically starts pulling him back. He's terrified, but just something snaps. You know, he full on snaps, and he brutally fucks this demon up. Like, he's got a hatchet in his hand. He like drove stakes through this guy, had his head crushed with a boulder. And he's like, I crushed his head with a boulder and he still won't die. But thankfully, sun comes out.
Yeah. I mean, he had him pinned down, though. What do you have, like 9 or 10 stakes in nobody's body?
Oh, yeah. It's crazy,
dude. 2 or 3 in each arm. I was like, yo, what? I'd pay good money to see that animated, that fight. Because he had that demon fucked up.
I was kind of sad that we didn't actually get to see it. We just, it just flashed forwarded to, him just standing there, talking, doing a monologue about it. So
I thought it was a really good way to show the blind rage he was in, though.
That's true.
Because he basically said that like all he could see was red. And then like the screen is red. It looks like blood kind of dripping kind of thing, like a red, a hazy red thing. And all of a sudden, we just see this demon fucked up. And I was like, holy shit. He went demon mode.
No, he for sure did. I'm like, in my mind, I'm trying to picture how he got that demon in that position, being that young. And maybe he was a little stronger than what he looked like, because they do chop wood every day. But yeah, he had the hatchet and the stakes and the hammer, and he was just laying into old buddy. He stepped up in the wrong house that day.
Definitely.
I mean, I guess it's something to do with his, his heritage coming back, his bloodline. So that I think they said what she say? They're members of the first swordsmen or something like that.
Yeah, so they're descendants of the sun breathing swordsman from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah,
That's
Mhm.
massive.
but
But yeah,
basically, I'll
go
go
ahead.
for it.
No,
No,
you
go
got
for
it.
it.
I didn't have much to say.
Oh, I'm just continuing on here. So Muichiro crawls back to the cabin to find his brother lying there in a pool of blood. And his brother is praying to God, Buddha, whoever's out there listening, please protect my brother. Do not let him die. And that shit hit the core. And everything Bass is saying, you knew was true at that point. That he really did care for his brother. He was trying to protect him by keeping him out of like that line of work of being a demon slayer. And shit, man, it hit hard. It hit hard for sure.
Yeah, and it was actually, we go back to the title. We say Mew and Muchiro, the Mew and Muchiro. During the episode, his brother was saying the Mew and Muchiro means meaningless. It means incompetent, and he was like, "I've always known the Mew and Muchiro means infinite." So he actually held his brother in high regard, and his emotions were messed up, like I was saying, but he was also just trying to protect his boy.
He was
Um,
trying to get all them, fancy ideals out of his head, and trying to, keep him home and safe, I guess.
yeah, I mean, he did it in a complete wrong way,
Yeah.
but his intentions were good. But it was good to see him in his final moments kind of admit how he really felt, knowing he didn't have much time left. And I think for the most of that, he didn't even know Muchiro was um, standing right next to him because he had his face pointed towards the wall. So he was just really just letting it fly in his last moments. And I'm really glad. I'm really glad to see that Muchiro got to see that, got to hear that. And it kind of seemed like going up to the next scene, it seemed like that unlocked his like latent potential, um, getting his memories back and kind of remembering what he's fighting against and what he's fighting for. So he definitely got a big power boost after that, and I thought that was freaking awesome. Did you guys think he acted more like his brother? The Miss Hashira acted more like his brother when he didn't have his memory.
Yeah, definitely. He was very similar to that. And I thought we were gonna get some crazy like twist where he was actually his brother, not himself, or something like that for a while there, because the personalities were the same. But it's just crazy to think that that traumatic event is what made him lose his memory, from what I can tell. Like that much trauma, I guess, can really fuck you up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, even in real life, people lose parts of their memory if they go through something really traumatic. So it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Definitely. But then, oh baby, we get Moichiro going full demon slayer, full badass mode. He gets the marks on his face like Tanjiro does. So I guess they're cousins.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess they're cousins.
At the very least, because um, Yuichiro even says, I think it was the previous episode of the one before, that Tanjiro has the same eyes as his father when he first starts getting his memory back. So that was our first clue, but it's pretty much confirmed at this point, as far as I'm concerned. They get the same markings whenever something, I guess, really goes down, or they go into that demon mode. But it was really cool to see. His marks were very different from Tanjiro's. Tanjiro's kind of looks like flames, and his look more like clouds. Um, is how I would describe it.
Yeah, it makes sense if you think about him being the mist tosher, kind of like a cloud of mist on each cheek.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I hadn't even like really tried to figure out what it looked like. I just seen that they was coming up, both sides. So
Hmm.
it's good looks. I was saying they look like clouds.
Yeah, and it actually gives that him getting his memories back and getting those markings on his face gives the Miss Hashira his strength back because he was zapped. He had been poisoned. He finally got those needles out of his face. Been waiting on that for like 3 or 4 episodes. That shit was creeping me out. I mean, I've been saying it, but yeah, he gets up and he starts fighting Gyoko again. And Gyoko is just absolutely terrorizing Mr. Haganazek I don't have his
Hanakazuka.
Hanakazuka. Thank you. And he actually blows up the entire shed, and he goes flying along with his piece of um, buffing stone, and still just goes right back to it. Man's showing pure dedication. Um, And then Gyuiko ends up saying, "Hey, I was so focused, I didn't even know the Mish Hashira was back." And he gets so excited about it because he gets that kind of same level of focus that Mr. Hakane Zetsu Suka has. But a great episode. They don't get to fight too much before the episode goes off, but we can kind of see what's going on and what's going to happen next.
Yeah, dude, we're about to get some really great fights. I know I wasn't here last week, but like the combo upper fourth demon dude with the homie with the drums, that's just
Hatred?
badass.
Right?
Is that hatred?
Yeah.
It's a fucking cool design, dude. I was like, oh, this is our boy Enel, dude, with the fucking drums on his back.
That's what we were saying. I got to figure out like where that like drum ring is from in like, mythology or something. Because I couldn't find a reference to it, but it is a dope ass design.
It's a homage to One Piece, baby.
Hey, let us see that.
But yeah, we got everything going on that one, boys. You think?
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything. I'm really excited for the next few episodes and see where this goes because the fights are about to get crazy.
Oh, it's about to go nuts. Yes, sir.